Look at what has happened to Michael Perry, one of our big stars here, the king of.
The evolution of combat sports has birthed a dynamic landscape where the rise and fall of fighters often captivates audiences worldwide. Michael Perry, a star who calls himself the king of violence, is a testament to this. His meteoric ascent in the sport has made him a fan favorite, and his upcoming fight against a seemingly less formidable opponent has everyone rallying behind him. Fighters like Perry set a high standard, aiming for world titles and Olympic gold, not fleeting fame as a YouTuber turned fighter. Still, the combat sports world remains a fertile ground for various narratives, from traditional paths to modern, unconventional routes. One figure who has seamlessly dominated conversations in this space is Joe Rogan. A renowned commentator and host of the Joe Rogan Experience, Rogan often analyzes the most talked about matchups, fighters, and controversies in combat sports. Recently, he turned his attention to a hypothetical showdown, Conor McGregor versus Jake Paul. Rogan, known for his candid insights, dissected the potential fight by evaluating both fighters' strengths and weaknesses. He acknowledged the spectacle surrounding Jake Paul, calling him a master troll and a genius at generating hype. Jake Paul's approach to self-promotion has shifted perceptions. As Rogan pointed out, if Paul weren't known for his YouTube fame, he might already be hailed as a future boxing great. His ability to knock out former UFC champions and seasoned athletes underscores his legitimacy as a fighter. Critics often dismiss Paul for his roots in social media, but his boxing fundamentals, tight defense, controlled aggression, and strategic punches reveal that he's more than just a provocateur. Rogan even suggested that if Paul had emerged solely as a boxer devoid of his YouTube history, he might already be a celebrated prospect in the sport. Yet Paul's rise is not without detractors. Dana White, president of the UFC, previously expressed skepticism about Paul's intentions in combat sports. At one point, White quipped that he'd let Amanda Nunes, a dominant UFC champion, face Paul in a boxing match. Despite the criticisms, Paul continues to break barriers. His ability to draw audiences and his legitimate skills in the ring have led some to reconsider their stance on his career. Rogan highlighted that Paul's performances, particularly his knockouts of former UFC stars like Tyron Woodley, have proven his power is genuine. Parallel to Paul's narrative is the ongoing saga of Conor McGregor, one of the most iconic figures in MMA history. McGregor's journey is a tale of unmatched highs and staggering lows. When he entered the UFC, McGregor was a phenomenon, combining charisma, trash talk, and remarkable fighting skills. His brash personality and ability to predict his victories earned him a massive following. In 2015, McGregor solidified his stardom by knocking out the legendary Jose Aldo in just 13 seconds to claim the featherweight championship. A year later, he made history by becoming the first UFC fighter to hold titles in two weight classes simultaneously. McGregor's meteoric rise wasn't just about his accomplishments, it was about his presence. His infamous quips, such as taking the opportunity to apologize to absolutely nobody, endeared him to fans who reveled in his confidence. However, as Rogan noted, McGregor's downfall began soon after reaching the pinnacle of the sport. Fame, fortune, and a destructive lifestyle slowly eroded the qualities that had made him a champion. Rogan's critique of McGregor touches on his self-destructive tendencies. The former double champ's penchant for partying, coupled with legal troubles, painted a picture of a man struggling to balance his public and private lives. From throwing a dolly at a bus to being involved in multiple assault allegations, McGregor's behavior outside the octagon has overshadowed his fighting career. His most recent legal issues include allegations of sexual assault and a civil case in Dublin, where he was found liable and ordered to pay damages. These incidents have led to speculation about whether McGregor will ever fight again. The decline of McGregor is stark compared to his earlier dominance. His 2018 loss to Khabib Nurmagomedov marked a turning point. The fight, which culminated in a post-match brawl, symbolized the chaos surrounding McGregor's life at the time. Since then, his career has been sporadic, with his last fight ending in a gruesome leg injury against Dustin Poirier in 2021. Despite these setbacks, McGregor remains a global attraction. His 2017 boxing match against Floyd Mayweather, though a loss, demonstrated his ability to draw massive pay-per-view audiences, further solidifying his status as a crossover star. While McGregor's career has been marred by controversy, Rogan suggests there's still a path forward. However, it requires a disciplined approach and a focus on regaining the fire that once made him great. McGregor's ventures outside the octagon, including his whiskey brand and various business deals, have kept him in the spotlight, but his fighting legacy remains in question. Jake Paul, on the other hand, represents a new era of combat sports. His journey from YouTuber to professional boxer has defied traditional norms. While many dismissed him as a novelty act, Paul has repeatedly silenced critics with his performances. His knockout of Tyron Woodley, in particular, showcased his power and precision. Rogan emphasized that if Paul weren't tied to his YouTube identity, he would likely be celebrated as an exciting prospect in boxing. Paul's marketing acumen and ability to generate headlines have made him a polarizing figure, but there's no denying his impact on the sport. Paul's rivalry with McGregor is emblematic of the clash between old-school fighters and the new wave of combat sports entertainers. Paul has repeatedly called out McGregor, challenging him to a boxing match. While the fight has yet to materialize, the prospect of such a showdown continues to fuel debates among fans and analysts. Rogan believes that Paul's ability to sell fights makes him a valuable asset in the combat sports world, even if his approach deviates from tradition. One of the most intriguing aspects of Paul's career is his ability to blur the lines between entertainment and sport. His victories over former UFC stars like Ben Askren and Anderson Silva have legitimized his boxing credentials. At the same time, his brash personality and willingness to take risks have made him a lightning rod for controversy. Paul's approach has drawn comparisons to McGregor's early career, where charisma and confidence played as much of a role as skill in building his brand. As Rogan pointed out, combat sports thrive on narratives. The rise of fighters like Jake Paul and the fall of legends like Conor McGregor highlight the ever-changing dynamics of the sport. While Paul represents a new breed of fighter, McGregor's story serves as a cautionary tale about the perils of fame and excess. Both figures, in their own ways, have redefined what it means to be a combat sports star in the modern era. Ultimately, the world of combat sports continues to evolve. Figures like Perry, Paul, and McGregor each contribute to its rich tapestry, whether through their achievements, controversies, or ability to captivate audiences. As fans, we are drawn to these stories of triumph and adversity, knowing that in this world, anything can happen.